Hello, 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 hello. I think I'm here. Yes, I am here. I am on screen. I can see myself, so that's good. Happy days. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay. What have I done? I've done a thing. I've done a thing and I don't know what the thing is that I've done. Right, there we go. That's good. Well, I'm going to give it a couple of minutes and just see if anybody turns up. And if they don't, I'm going to crack on regardless. So, happy days. I'm doing my usual sort of casual creating thing that Leanne and I, but this Sunday and last Sunday I wasn't able to make it, so I thought I'd pop in on a Saturday and do something too. So here I am. So good morning. Today I'm gonna use these ornate frames. Everything I'm using is from Mad Archers, so you can go over there if you want to pick anything up. But if you hang on for a bit, I will. I've got a discount code that I'll find and pop up. So I'm going to use these oval frames, and I'm going to use this rice paper, which I absolutely adore. I think it's just such a lovely design, and of course it's by Decoupage Queen, so we know it's going to be fantastic quality as well, and really easy to use because it's such good quality. So I've got that, and I've got those. And hi Michelle. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna put this on a canvas or if I'm gonna do it as a freestanding thing just yet, but we'll go with it. Oh, and the other thing I'm going to do today is I'm definitely going to be doing some rust effects because somebody's asked me how I do my rust, and so I said I'll do some effects today. So let's get these out of there and have a look. I only want to use one, but I wasn't sure if they were no, one is bigger than the other. That's what I wanted to see. Now I've got this little frame that that's got potential to just having a look, because if I use frame, I rarely go center. I always like to go off to the side. Oh, it really is, Michelle, and the quality of, I'm fairly new to using these Decoupage Queen papers, but their quality is phenomenal because they're just so incredibly well made. But anyway, let's decide on, yes, I think I'm going to go with the bigger one. Go big or go home, as they say. So, but I do want that bit as well. So I want to be able to stick that there. So this is very different to the videos I do for Stamperia. When I do work for Stamperia, I've planned everything and I know exactly what I'm doing. With these casual videos that that we do at Mad Archers, you're very much part of the planning process, if you like. You get to see what we're doing when we're trying to work out how to put something together. And I've got this frame from something else that I haven't used. This is from a Stamperia mould. That one as well. I'm quite liking that sort of setup. Yes, I like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to gesso some of this, and I'm going to stick this down. So I need quite a strong adhesive. Now, there we go. The express glue. They are really top quality, Michelle. They've really surprised me because I've used lots of rice papers. Right, I'm going to just stick this on here, and I'm going to just press underneath, because this is just a cheap canvas that I've picked up from somewhere, so the tension isn't fantastic in it. Right, I'm going to just flip it over a second because I want to make sure that really adheres to there. And I've used the Tart Express glue because it's a really good glue. Hello. If I get my Facebook on, I can see who I'm saying hello to. Let me have a look. Go in there. Corolla, hello. Let me make sure I've got my volume. And Cynthia, hi. Right. So I've got that nicely stuck down there now. And what I want to do is I want to kind of extend this checkerboard pattern as part of my design. That's one of the things that's really drawn me to this. And I'm going to 3D these, some of these moths, I think they are, rather than butterflies. So, because they've got furry bodies on most of them, so I think they're moths. So I'm going to 3D them, and I also want to extend this checkerboard effect, but I also want to, I'm sort of trying to, hi Claire, I'm trying to decide whether I want to sort of make my checkerboard appear like it's concave or convex, and give that sort of effect as well, just to make it a little more interesting again. So what I'm going to do is, I think that's the boldest checkerboard. So I would normally rip my paper. Actually, I'm going to rip this, but I just want to make sure it rips where I want it to rip. So I'm going to use my ruler. Here. Oh, it's so stormy here today. I hope it doesn't knock any of the power out or anything like that. There we go. That piece. And then it's such a beautiful design. Now I want this bug from here as well. I don't want to lose the bug. But I don't want any harsh cut line. I have to do the. I have to put water around the edge so I can sort of hopefully ease it out. So I'm just getting some water. I'm going around the edge of this butterfly, and hopefully, or moth even, and hopefully I'll be able to extract it from this paper without giving myself any harsh lines. And the reason I don't want harsh cut lines is because when you're using rice paper, I mean, obviously, I'm sure most of you all know this, that when you're using rice paper, if you have a cut line, it can, the texture of it can show up a lot more than a torn line. And a torn line is really easy to sort of blend in. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to extract this moth without leaving any straight lines, because I want to extend the pattern. No, it's not going to work. I'm going to have to cut it out. It's just too delicate. That's a shame, but that's okay. I can fray these edges. Yeah, I should be on my YouTube channel, Karen. I should be on there. I did set it up to go live on here and on YouTube. Hi, and hi, Karen. There we go. So I'm having to cut this one out because it's just too delicate to do the torn edges. It's just a shame, but it'll be okay. It'll work out. There's always plan B. Oh no. Well, I don't know what's going on then if it's not coming up. That's really strange. I don't know if some people are watching on YouTube though, so I don't know. Strange. Right, so I've got that little bit of pattern I wanted, because this is what I'm going to work with to extend the pattern now. So I've got to decide how I want to do this, and I think I want to do this so that the squares start getting bigger, so it looks like it's almost convex in the frame, if that makes sense. And I'm going to just use this little piece of paper. Let me get some different adhesive. There you go. I'm just going to use some craft glue. And like I said, everything I'm using is available from the Mad Archer shop, and I will pop a code up, a discount code up for you, so you can have 10% discount. So right, let's get this. Yeah. So I'm just using my craft glue on this piece of rice paper. And it probably all looks very strange at the moment, but it will start making sense eventually. But that's one of the joys of mixed media, isn't it? Is you just keep going. Right, so I've got that. Yeah, and I don't know if, I hope this is going to work as well. This is all a bit of experimentation. So we'll see. Just make sure I've got this in about the right position, because I don't want to lose that pattern. That's looking good. Right, so now I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to probably with a ruler as well, just to get the rough shape that I want. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, oh no, I'm going to do it freehand actually, that'll be easier. I'm just going to kind of follow these lines. On my canvas, because I'm going to paint this and I just want to make sure that I know roughly where I'm painting. I'm following it around. And then make that into squares roughly. I'm not too worried about this because I'm going to be painting over this. So if there's anything that I don't like the look of that I've drawn with my pencil, I'm going to paint over it and I'm not going to see it. So it's all good. There we go. So I'm going to have to go that way, aren't I? So this is just giving me a rough guide to my squares. Oh no. Okay, now let me just fill in these little lines. And hopefully what I'm going to have at the end is a bit of a sort of optical illusion. That's the dream anyway. We'll see what actually happens. Good. But fingers crossed it won't. Right, now what colour do I want to do? Do I want to go actual proper black? I think I will actually. I think I will because I can always add other colours to it. So I'm going to do the black, and I'm going to use the gesso for the black, heavier gesso, because then I can always do all kinds of things on top of that, can't I? Oh, hi Angela, hi. If if I can open it. Oh, blimey. I am such a weakling. Right, there we go. So I've got my black gesso. And let's get a pretty good brush. It's not completely wrapped. There we go. And let's start painting. These squares. I need to come from this side actually, don't I? Because otherwise I'm going to need a thinner brush as well. Take that one for the big ones. And get a thinner brush. Right. Where to start? And I know that this black is quite stark in comparison with the colour that's on the rice paper, but I'm good with that. That's fine because I can change. This black is not going to stay completely black, so it will be fine. So I'm not too worried about, I did think about gessoing this beforehand, but I think it'll be fine. I don't think it's crying out to be gesso. Because, well, I'm using black gesso here and I'm using white gesso on the alternate squares, so it's going to be gessoed essentially. And I'm just trying to make my squares a little bit bigger each time because I want to create a bit of an optical illusion, a bit of trompe l'oeil. It's weird. Even at this stage, even I sort of look at these things and think, oh goodness, have I done the right thing? Is it going to actually work out? But it does work out. It does work out. Excellent. It will make sense. Let's go back now. That's right. Oh, I'm spotting my gesso. Oh, Rachel. You messy moo. Never mind. It'll be okay. Ooh, did anybody see all the planets aligning? Apparently, for like 24 hours or something, we could see loads of planets in the sky, which sounded incredibly exciting. I didn't get to see it, but I like the sound of it. Hi, Louise. Hi. I'm just busy making a big mess. Now, I suppose actually what would have been sensible would have been to use some masking tape. That would have been sensible. But You know, when you don't plan things, you don't think of the sensible options. But okay. So I need to start using my bigger brush soon once I've finished on here. And we will be able to blend these all in to look like they belong. Yeah. This is quite a drawn out process, really, isn't it? You know, I have the idea in my head and I've just got to do it. So I am going to just do these. And see, these are smaller squares, and I'm just doing these because when we 3D the moths and butterflies and things, I might use a different one to the one I took out of here, but whichever I use, it's not gonna fill this space, so I need to fill this space. Yeah. Oh, that's fab. Right, let's get that bigger brush now. The big boy brush. Right. Now there's going to be a frame on here, so I can probably start with a big squares, and the frame will hide some needs to be white. Oh, it's hi, Linda. It's going to start. It will start taking shape soon, but I just want to get this background into place. So let's do. You can see I'm trying to get a little bit bigger as I move out. And I'm using the gesso instead of paint, so I'll be able to chuck lots of things at it too. And I will square off. Square off, is that? Oh yeah, that's all weird. I will be squaring off the squares, funny enough, as I go back into this, but this is just my first. My first layer. No, no, I've got to think about this because I've got a bit of a problem, haven't I? Because my squares are much bigger, and I haven't really mapped it out as well as I was hoping I had. Right, it'll be okay. Famous last words, it will be okay. We have a lot of tidying up to do before it's finished, so it will be fine. We will be fine. Right. So I want one there as well. Right. Happy days. Let's get that out of the way. I'm going to give this a little dry, and then I'm going to go in with some white and really sort of tidy up that look. Oh, go on, please. Oh, I'll tell you what, actually, while I've got this out, good thinking, while I've got this out, I will just give this frame a quick coat of black gesso because I need this to be black gesso. So let's get that on there. Fantastic. Now, can you actually see what I'm doing? See how the weather is so weird. We've had really, really loud thunder and stormy rain. And I'm not sure if it's going to become incredibly sunny, but it's also, we've got all these storms and it's really hot as well. It's really strange. Right, let's just making sure I've got that there. Love, if you haven't tried this Pebeo gesso, Maybe a black gesso. Oh my goodness. It's a game changer. I absolutely love it. Let's get you on there. Oh, this frame is so beautiful. It's really, really nicely cut. Trying desperately to avoid getting too covered in paint, but it's probably going to happen. I've just put my hand down in what's underneath my hand, so it's definitely going to happen, isn't it? But never mind. Right, and I want that frame as well, I think. I'm going to do this little. This is from one of the Stamperia molds, I think. And probably Atelier des Arts molds. That's probably where it's from. But it's lovely. It's Creative Expressions one, and they're available from Mad Archers. But like I said, when I get a minute now, I will give you a 10% off code if you want to go shopping, basically. So, but you will have to. I'm not very on it with computers, so you won't have to give me a minute to sort that out. Unless if Leanne pops in, hopefully she could put one up. But if not, bear with me, and I will definitely. Right, so that's only black gesso, I think. So and I'm going to get some. No, I'm gonna actually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that gesso is dry first, because that's the sensible thing to do. Da, da, da. There we are. Yeah. Oh, you've had yeah, we had the torrential rain, and then we've had thunder, and it looks like the sun might be coming out now. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Very strange weather. It's us of you. Yeah, Linda, I've got one, and I will get it to you. I might have to do it on here actually. Hopefully, I can open another. Do that. That's good. That code. Let me get the code. What's going on here? Oh no. That's just really not busy. I'm going to have to, my computer's just gone nuts at me. So I can't get back to my StreamYard page. Oh dear. Never mind. So I'm going to come in with the white now. And I want to be quite, mindful of having straight lines with this now. So let's go get some white gesso. Oh, everything is so far away. Yeah, I've come back to the page because that was not going to work. Oh dear, there's a phone. Come on now. Oh, I upset it and I really shouldn't have. But never mind. We're back now. Right, so this is just some white gesso. And I'm endeavouring to have some really straight lines. So I've just used a couple of post-it notes. If you're being sensible, you could map all of this out with some masking tape. It would be a very sensible idea. But I'm quite happy doing it like this. It's not perfect, is it? But it'll be okay because I will be going back in. I'm just kind of choosing where I'm putting this. Quite trying to be careful because obviously there's wet paint, isn't there? So again, it would have been far more sensible to just lay myself, and I'm looking across there, it would have been far more sensible to lay myself a grid out with masking tape rather than imagine that that I could do it without. But there you go, you know, live and learn, and you can learn from my mistakes. So that's a good thing, isn't it? I don't mind that. So I'm just trying to line these up. And I can go back in with my paint pen if I want to really straighten them out. I don't want them too straight, but it does need to maintain that checkerboard effect, really. We'll get there. I'm probably going about this the longest possible, most convoluted way it could ever be done. I'm exactly, Angela, exactly. You know, I could be sensible, but then why break the habit of a lifetime? And when I do these casual ones, like I said, I don't plan them. This is just me playing about like I do. This is what I do when I'm coming up with projects that I do as proper projects. Proper projects? This is a proper project. You know what I mean. You know. You know what I'm trying to say. So always make sure you turn your work to suit you. Don't try and move your arms around. Don't get always move the work. See? So we're going to have a bit of faffaroony with this, but it'll be okay. And I'm trusting myself. I don't know whether that's always a good idea. No, it is. It is. I can trust myself. I can make good decisions. It's so funny. I'm looking over at my phone every now and again just to make sure I'm not missing any of your comments, because on the screen I can't. If you're commenting on Facebook, I don't always have your name on there, so I'm just sort of glancing at my phone, and I've got no volume on my phone, so it's doing the subtitles, and some of the things it thinks I'm saying are hysterical. It's so funny. I'm glad I'm not relying on my subtitles for context, because it makes absolutely zero sense. How are we looking? We are getting there. That is what we are doing. We are getting there. I think I might have just tried to have gone too big too quickly. That's all. And it happens. It's a lesson for life, isn't it? Don't try and go too big too quickly. I'm going to do a stencil for this. That would have been awesome. But, never mind. That's not the best checkerboard I've ever seen, and that's for sure. But we will make it work. I'm just going to litter away here. I like a bit of littering. So, hit the light, yeah, the light's okay, isn't it? It's going to be okay. Just those. Now I need my little brush that I was using earlier. Get some kitchen towel. Give that a bit of a weight. Oh, hi Tracy. It's nice to catch you too. Right, okay. This, and it's still, it's still looking very messy, but it will be okay. I've been very inspired by this rice paper as a whole, and I just want to use that inspiration in my background. And I've stretched out that checkerboard effect very badly, but I'm going to make it work with what else I've got. I just really wanted that effect, that sort of odd effect, but I don't know if it's going to make it work. I'm going to try. So this is white gesso, so I've used the black gesso and the white gesso. And the reason I'm using the gessos to paint with is because I am going to be putting lots of things on top of this in order to get the effect that I want. So by using the gesso, I've given myself a really good base to work from, she says. No, I have, it's true. So this has been very ungracefully painted, but I'm confident that it's going to come together. I think I should have taken a little bit more time with my prep, but I was just keen to get started. I should have thought more about my placement. But, okay, so that's that done. Now let's give this a little dry, and then I can start to work on it a bit more then. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my wash pens. I can find the one I want. Where are you? Oh, this is actually a new one, so it's going to need a little bit of priming. So I'm just going to give that a prime. So just, if you get Posca pens, always give them a good shake, and then there we go, we're good to go. So now I know this is all dry. I can really dry that off, because this is a new pen, so it's really wet. Let's use a ruler. Let's go crazy. quality, so I can see where I need to just adding, and there's still going to be paint that's going to go over this because I really want this to be really similar to the actual design on the paper. So, you know, there's a lot more that needs to happen. Okay. Yeah, I really should have done my prep work on this. You can see I've made such a mess of the check, but it's okay. So there we go. I'm going to draw another line, keeping that flat against the bottom of the board. Okay, remember that pen is a wet paper pen, Rachel. So just touching it up and squaring it off where I think it needs it. Now I'm going to add some shading and things to this, so they're not going to look like perfect squares. Well, they're not actually. They're not going to look like perfect rectangles or whatever shape we have at the moment. They are gonna get a bit of a I don't know what you call it, distress, shabby, I don't know, but they're gonna get the treatment anyway. So just tidying this up a bit. I absolutely love Posca pens. They're one of my favourite things. I use them in a lot of ways. They're not just, I mean, this is very handy, but this isn't touching, even thinking about touching the surface. There we go. Leanne! Hello! Hi, Nikki. Hi. Leanne, can you pop the, if you get a chance, could you pop the discount code up? Because I've tried to go in and do it and I'm rubbish. So I couldn't do it. Yeah, hopefully Leanne can sort that out. Hi, Fifi. Hi. So again, I mean, this really is going to be quite a slow old process, really, because there is some work to do to get this to look how I want it to look. But I'm going to keep at it. Yes, I am. And this is the thing. it does take a bit of fat sometimes to get your projects how you want them. And I've got to admit, I do kind of like the faffing process. Messing about with things and seeing what works. I really love that. And I can end up with all kinds of things that need recycling because I've been playing about with things to see what will work. And I think that really is part of the fun of all of this. So I'm still going on just getting this how I want it now. I need to put a bit more white there, I think. I'm bring around these corners a little bit. I'm sort of echoing some of these squares on the paper that aren't quite, they've got slight imperfection to them. Which I like. So going with that. So we are definitely, it's definitely starting to tidy up a bit. I really must stop putting my hand in wet paint. So there we go. That's tidying up a little bit again. And then I did have, oh yes, I do have, got white posture as well. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna be putting paint again over this, so it's not the end of the board, but you know. So just getting this where I like it. There we go. So that's getting a little bit more where I like it. Now I want to start bringing in, because I really like this sort of aged look. So I want to start creating that with this. So I'm going to start by, and also, just to give a whole unified look as well. So I'm going to start with, this is ochre antiquing gel, which I'm going to just give this. Oh, and I've spotted a bit that I can't. Oh, that's so wrong. But hopefully that'll be covered up. It'll be okay, Rachel. It'll be okay. Do not fret. Do not panic. So next is I'm going to try and find a relatively clean brush in my pot of murky milk, and then I'm going to shut that curtain before the sun blinds me, which isn't very pleasant. And then I'm going to start using some of this ochre antiquing gel. I've sprayed water first because I don't want it to, I want to be able to remove a fair amount of this. So I'm just covering in the ochre. Giving it a really good coat. I've got a little bit of a mistake there with my pattern, but it's okay. It's going to be okay. I'm not sure who I'm trying to convince more with that. No, it is going to be okay. Right. There we go. And then I'm going to take my kitchen towel and I'm not going to drag that paint over. I'm just removing a fair amount of that. So there we go. So already that's starting to look a little more cohesive. Now the other colour I'm going to use, I'm going to stick another colour on, and one off. You need to dry this antiquing gel in order to make it permanent, so that's why I'm drying it now. And then I'm going to use the olive antiquing gel. I'll take that lid off actually, because I find, I don't know about you, but I find if I don't take the lids off, they end up going into the stuff, and it's an absolute nightmare affair to get rid of it all. So there we go. Right, so I'm going to give this another spray because now I've dried the previous antiquing base. I can get this one on here. And just splodging it on. And I might go back with more paint. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. So this is the olive. I am slapping all over here. Just around the edges of this one as well. Right. And then I'm just blotting it back. Just using kitchen wool. You could use a cloth if you prefer a cloth. Anything that works for you. Right. Well, I'm quite happy with that so far. There is obviously a bit more work to do on it, but I'm going to set that to one side to dry while I work on the frames and get them how I want them. So let's have a look. Right, I've got this one and I've got this one and I've got this one. So these two are from the Atelier des Arts Stamperia mould, and this one is Creative Expressions, I think it is, but it's on Mad Arches, you'll be able to pick it out. So, and the moulds as well, and if ever there's anything that you want that isn't in the shop, and Jan's really good, you will just tell her what you want, and she's very good at getting things in. So, right, so let's get on with this. So I'm going to use the, it's called Pentart Paint Set for Rust Effect. I'm going to use that to create my, it'll give you, you don't necessarily need to use this set, but these are the colours that work, and these are the colours generally that I use when I create rust, and I don't use this set. The one thing I do like about this set though is that you've got all your colours in little things ready to go. So that's why I'm using it, because it's just nice and easy. So let's get some nice and easy, if you can get it to come out. Let me get a pin. Give it a poke. Right, so always go from light to dark. And I'm starting with the, I think it's ochre. Yeah, ochre colour. But I'm going to add some of this 3D powder, which comes in this kit. If you are doing it with just your coloured paints, you can use, I use sand texture paste, any sort of texture paste really. I think even the lava paste would give you a really cool effect. Right, let's get, this is just to add, I'm just adding a little bit of texture to that paint. There we go. And then a paintbrush. Yay, thank you, Leanne. So if you use that code, you can have 10% discount. So right, so I'm going to start by using this ochre colour, and I'm going to be quite generous with it. And it's got some of that sand texture-y type thing going on in it as well. So it'll give us a nice texture to our rust. I'm not going everywhere because there are going to be areas that I'm going to stick paint on that I don't want to look particularly rusty. But the other thing that I find sort of really helps with your effects is to get a little bit of water on there as well. It just moves the paint in ways that it won't move with the brush alone, so it just helps. That's one. And let's do these two little ones as well. Lovely. So I'm just going to clean up this little bit of this. Clean up that little bit there. And then I'm going to just give these a little whiz with the dryer, because the other thing that's really important when you're painting rust is to dry between layers. Always dry between layers. Otherwise, all your colours are going to blend in together, and you're not going to get, you'll get some effect, but you won't get the best effect. The best effect is from drying in between layers. So just dry those off. Yeah, last one. There we go. So the next colour is the next shade up, and they call this red clay. So when I'm using other paints, I'll frequently use orange. So I'll start with yellow, and then I'll use an orange coloured paint. So just need to do this. Well, I haven't used these ones for a little while, so they're just needing a little bit of encouragement. Oh dear, the pin's broken. Hang on. Let me get a bit of kitchen roll to help me pull that out. Oh, I ain't got two lender. It's always good to get a bargain, isn't it? There we go. So, oh, you are such a naughty little thing of paint. There we go. I'll take it out of the bottle to save messing around with it right now. She says, is that brush going to fit in there? Just right. So next is my orangey colour. And again, I'm not bothered about catching all the areas, because I want to leave a little bit of the yellow, because when you look at rusty things, you get all kinds of different colours. So that is what I'm endeavouring to create. There, oops, let's put you there, and then the big frame. And again, I am trying to leave some areas just with gesso on, because I want to paint some paint. I want to paint some paint. Leaves in the plot. But yeah, I want to pop some paint on some of the areas so it looks like a sort of really old frame that the paint's peeling off. There we go. Right, that's that colour done. So I'm going to get my dryer on that. Let's just put the lid on the right. Yeah. So just giving this a little dry. Yes, come here. And also sometimes when I'm doing my rest as well, I like to start, I'll do black gesso, but then I'll go grey paint first. And I'll do a grey, then a yellow, then an orange, then a reddy colour, and then brown. That's my sort of standard recipe, as it were. But this kit is quite handy because you've got all the colours you need to get a nice rust colour. There we are. Right, so now I'm moving on to, they call this colour red brown. So there we go. I'm going to get my brushes. Still got quite a lot. I've kept quite a lot of water on my brush, quite purposefully, just because I want the colour to have a nice natural rusty type movement to it on the wood. I don't want it to be too blobby. That's one. So there's not a great deal of texture on this. I could have put some more of that, the powdery stuff on there. Ooh, angry face. Why have I got an angry face? So, there we go. And that's that. So happy with that. And again, let's just give this a bit of a wipe so that I've got a clean surface that I'm working on. Which I never do when I never ever do that when I'm not live. I'm terribly messy. Oh, yeah. It's usually when something smudges or I get a mark on something that I realise. You never said, no, Claire, no, you never mentioned it. I would never know. Yeah, I've got to admit, Fifi, I don't, I like everything. I like doing a bit of everything. And I do a bit of everything. But I am always drawn to a bit of grunginess. It does call out to me. So here we go. Here's the last colour from this little kit now, which is, they call it, they call it, and I don't think this is my dyslexia, I think it is actually what it says, early brown. So that's an interesting colour to have. So a little bit of that out. And again, get my brush I want it quite damp. I'm being quite selective about where I put this. Just sticking it on. There we go. So there's going to be more again going on with this, but this is the start of it. So let's pop that over there. Yeah, rusty grunge. I just really like rust and patina and peeling paint and all those kind of things just really work. I don't know why, they just do. They're just something that I feel really drawn to. I really like the textures. And I like old things. I've got a real thing about old stuff. So, right. Happy with that. I think it might actually. Yeah, I'm going to take back. I think I went a little bit too hard with the brown on there. And I don't want to lose all of that lovely rustiness. So I'm just taking a little bit of that brown back. It'll be okay because there's other things to happen yet. I'm going to get waxy and all sorts yet. So we'll be all right. This freestyle crafting, God, blimey. Right. Oh, what have I just done then? I picked up the needly pin thing. Let me make sure that doesn't hurt anybody else. Right. Yeah. Now I need to just give these a little dry. Fantastic. And then I'm going to add a little bit of paint to this one and some wax to them all. I want a little bit of paint first because I want it to look old and painted. So I'm just looking for the colour I want to use next. There it is. So I'm going for some Indian turquoise. Now, if you like Allegro paints, which I do, I love them. Another thing to look at on the Mad Archers website is this, if there's any left, is there were some fantastic kits of Allegro paints, and it was a set of Allegro paints, and it's for the Lady Vagabond collection. That is a really lovely set of paints. Actually, let me put these away while I'm doing this. So I recommend checking them out because it's a really good way of building your paint collection. And Allegro paints are brilliant. Right, paintbrush. Let me at you. Which one? Let's try you. You're going to need a wipe with some kitchen towel there. Oh my goodness. Stinking dirty. There we go. So I'm just taking some paint now. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to make it blend in. So it looks like it was once painted. That once this frame was painted many years ago. That's the dream. So, the thing is, if it doesn't work out, I can always paint over it. It's not the end of the world. But I hope it works out. So I've got a little bit of paint going on there, which I like, and I'm going to pop some crackle on top of that. So I'm just going to check that I don't want to put paint on anything else. No, oh, that's a shame because that's really nice. They're my favourite colours. I don't really want to not keep them, but they're gonna. I can't take the risk of me sticking something in them because I'm so clumsy. So I'm afraid. Oh, I hate wasting paint. That's so annoying. But there we are. Got to be sensible, and I know what I'm like. So I'm just going to dry those little painty bits off. Show it dry. And then I'm going to get my fine line so much. Oh, running gorgeous. So a bit of fine line crackle. Come here. Oh, lovely. So let's get another brush on the go. There we go. So it couldn't really be easier, really. It tells you 1 and 2, and you just put 1 on and then 2. So good. Just putting it on those painted areas. Oh, you can't see, can you? I might have a picture. There we go. So I'm just putting that. That's component 1, and I'm just sticking my arm in it as well because that's how I roll. And then I'm going to pop that to one side because I also I'm going to get that our main background, and I'm going to get some crackle on this as well. So just now, the thicker you do it, the deeper and bigger the crackles. That's kind of the rules of crackle paste. So go. Just trying to make sure I get a good even layer, and there's a few little mistakes on that checkerboard effect, but I think we will get away with it by the time this is finished. And if I don't, then I'll have to paint over it and redo it. And it's the other option that can happen. Right, I'm running out of clean water. So I am just going to get, I'm talking paintbrush now, I'm just going to get some clean water. There we go. And I'm back in the room. So, there we go. Let me stick that brush in there. And now I'm going to just dry this first layer of the crackle. Then you always check your crackles. Hi Joan. Always check your crackles because some crackles won't let you they won't let you do this. You have to let them dry naturally. And to be honest, every crackle that I've ever used is better if you let it dry naturally. But you know, you really don't want to sit and wait for this to dry today. So Sarah Lou, you're never late. This is it's just all a very casual Very easy going, bright and breezy, easy going. I don't know, but whatever it is, there's no late. You can't be late, it'd be impossible. I've been going for an hour and a half, and there's still more to do. There we go. So that is my, you want it sort of tacky, dry for a nice crackle. So I'm going to leave that now. I don't mind it not being completely dry. And what you'll also find with crackle is, not all your crackles come out when you first, like with this now, when I look at it tomorrow, there'll be more crackles on it than there are when I finish today, because they take a little while to develop. Right, and so then we go and we use component 2. It's all very nice and easy. I need to come back a little bit, don't I, when I'm doing stuff. And there we go. So this is component 2 of the crackle. Just grab a bit of tissue and clean my brush. There we go. Get that nice and clean. And so now I'm just going to add that on top. Of the first layer. Okay, let's pop that to one side. And let's get this big piece. I'm just going to add this on top. Try not to stick my fingers in it again. Hopefully we have some nice crackles. So I'm going to give this a little dry now as well. Close that out of the way. So let's try this one first. I'm not going too close with it. And again, when you're doing this, you can let this all dry naturally and you get a much better crackle if you let it dry naturally. I've never met a crackle that likes being force dried. They just don't. Oh yeah, that's starting to come out nicely there. Now this is a fine line crackle, so you'll see when we add, I'm going to add a dark antiquing gel, and you'll see how fine the crackle is when I add that. This is Pentart Fine Line, and the main reason that I use it is because it's one of the crackles that you can get away with forced drying. It's still better if you leave it. It just is. They all are if you leave them to do it naturally. But you can force dry this one. So, and you get an absolute ton of it. And again, it's all from Leanne's shop. It's all from Mad Archers, but you get an absolute, 2 great big tubs of it, so you can be crackling to your heart's content. But it's definitely better to leave it to dry every day of the week. But when you're being impatient and you want to get a project done, it's very handy. It is the best crackle out there, Angela. It is. I've got a couple of others. There's one I haven't tried that I've got in front of me that I'm going to try, but not today because I don't know how good it is, so I didn't use it today. But so far, to my knowledge, this is, if you want big crackles, the Stamperia crackle paste. Good. That does some nice crackles. But this stuff is just so easy to use. Just drying the canvas from the back as well. It's still sticky. Right. I think I can leave that to just dry off a little bit more on its own, hopefully. And let's come back to this one. Yeah, there's some nice crackles on there now. So I'm gonna get my this is the Umber Antiquing gel, which is my favourite of them all. And again, where's my spray? What spray? On there. And hopefully it will find the little cracks. Just chucking it in there, rubbing it in. Some of the crackles might take a little while to actually go. They're starting to come out, but they're not. It's not quite dry yet, so it'll be okay. We'll give it a little bit longer to let them all come out properly. But we're starting to get a little bit of a crackly thing going on. So the next thing I want to do is I want to get some wax on these frames. So start with this one. I'll be a bit careful actually because it's a little bit sticky in places, but I think I'll be alright. So I'm just adding. I'm using my finger. You can use a brush, but if you use a brush, be mindful that it won't be good for anything else afterwards. It's very difficult to get wax off a brush. Once it's been used for that, and that is pretty much it. But I've got a couple of brushes that I do keep in my wax box specifically for using on waxes, but I tend to pushes small areas, my fingers on larger areas. Right, here we go. Now let's put that to one side for that crackle to dry a little bit more because it's still quite sticky. And let's have these frames. And I'm just going to use my fingers just to apply a wax. So I've got a little bit of wax, a little bit of grunge, a little bit of everything going on. But the wax just really highlights the details as well, so I quite like that. So there we go, they are good to go. So I've got them good to go. I've got just waiting for the crackles to come out on those. Now the next thing I want to do is I want a 3D, just get that wax off my fingers. I want to 3D these butterflies, moths even, because that's what they are, isn't it? They're moths. So I want to 3D some of these. So I'm going to snip them. Out from here. That one for sure. I want them all really, but well, there's no reason why I can't have them all, is there? Oh, good for you, Joan. Good for you. So I'm trying to be a little bit careful because I will use all these extra little pieces on the paper because the decoupage cream papers are such good quality and the designs are so beautiful that it's a shame to waste them. Like, I'm not too worried about how I'm not doing any special careful cutting around these because they're just going to get stuck onto something now. I've just got to remember where I put where did I put the other one? Somewhere safe. Where on earth have I put it? Come on, Rachel. What have you done with it? Right, well, it's good to have odd numbers and not numbers. So I think we'll work on that. We'll work on that pretext and think it's okay that it's okay that I haven't got them all. So I'm missing one from the original sheet, the one I first took out, and I've put it somewhere safe. And obviously it was too safe. Right. I need a little drink a second. Yes, they are water-based, Jane. They are water-based. And it does make them an awful lot easier to use. Right, I need some cardboard to stick my little mothers too. So I'm going to use, this is just a bit of scrap card that I've got lying around. Actually, the nice thing is because this is white, all the details are going to show up really well from these prints. So let's get some craft glue again. There we are. Come on, Rachel. Really should have taken the metal top off that, but never mind. And I'm going to just stick all of these moths down onto here. I do this a lot with Andy Skinner's got some really cool, everything he's got is pretty cool, isn't it? But he's got cool labels, and you can I put them onto, I do my own, stick them onto there, and they're really handy to use in projects then like that. And like everything else, they're available in the Anne shop because she's got everything. Yeah, they do some amazing rice papers, don't they? Amazing. I've ordered some ones, rice papers, not the biggest ones they do, but some big A2, I think A2, and some A3, because I'm going to do my drawers. Actually, chest of drawers, not the knickers, the chest of drawers. So I'm looking forward to doing that because they're so beautiful. They're stunning, aren't they, Sarah Lou? They're stunning. They really are. And you can use every single scrap of the papers because they're just fun. Right. They are all stepped down nicely. And now, I'm afraid, it's not a very exciting bit because I do need to cut these out. And obviously, because I don't plan this in advance, I haven't got anything prepped ready. So it is just going to be a cutting out session for a minute. But, there's worse things. It could be paint drying, couldn't it? So I'm not going to worry about the antennae, I don't think. We'll see. Shall I? Too difficult to cut. I'm not going to flap out it because really, it's not the end of the world. They don't mind. There we go. Well, that doesn't look too bad, actually. There we go. Yeah, Leanne's fab, isn't she? She is fab. I am a bit biased, but only because she is really good. If she wasn't really good, I wouldn't say it. Let's have a little come up here. Yeah, if you want to get yourselves a cup of tea, now would be the time, because you're not going to miss anything for a while. So I do need to cut these out. There's bits that I'm not sure if they're part of the moth or not, so I'm just going to chop them off, and it's not going to matter, because it doesn't, nobody knows what's supposed to be there and not supposed to be there. It's design that I'm putting together, so it doesn't matter if I cut bits off. There we go, so we've got one then. I can really give it some shape now. And I'm going to use my ball tool from underneath to really boost it up. I'll just make sure nothing's wet up there still. So. Oh, don't blush, Leanne, it's true. You're a good egg, woman. You're a good egg. Right, let's... Yeah. Yeah, I went very quiet then for a minute, didn't I? Sorry. I was concentrating on my cutting. So that's another one. Another one ready to be sorted out in a minute. Oh, they're not too terribly. They're not difficult, so don't be. I'm ignoring the antennae on these last two because it would be ridiculous to try and cut them out. You can always, if you want to put them on, you can always use some wire or whatever. I'm personally, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna leave them antennae-less. Okay. So, oh my God, it's very interesting. Moths are mad, aren't they? They are mad. Now these two are my favourites. And that is purely based on colour, I'm afraid. I do love me a bit of turquoisey, greeny blue. Tealy colours. I really love them. Let's do that. Oh, off you go then. Off you go. Oh, Nikki, oh my goodness. I'm surprised you've got anything left to clean. The last time I saw, your face looked amazing. Hi, Celia. Hi. Is that the clay one? Clay one? Which clay one, Joan? Leanne did an amazing workshop, mushrooms workshop. That was clay. That was amazing. I'm looking forward to catching up on that now because I've seen it's. I couldn't attend the live class, unfortunately, but the recording of the class now, so I'm excited to watch that. And get making some mushrooms. What else am I do? I've been doing Olga Heldwin's doing a class at the moment on her Patreon, and it is amazing. It's like a creature. I thought it was called Creature something, but I can't remember what because my memory just is rubbish. But it's a creature with a lampshade for a head, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So I've started making that, but I need to get some thicker wire. You've got some wire in the shop, Leanne, haven't you? What thickness is it? Is it? I need something sturdy. Oh, the Moon Man. Yes, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Yeah. Just getting those little. Little bits out. Just concentrating on not chopping off anything that doesn't want to be chopped off. There we go. Right. So now I want to add a bit of shape to them. So I'm going to get my mat. I've got a foamy mat. And I'm going to get my ball tool. And I'm going to add some shape to them. So I'm going along the centres and then I'm just doing large circular shapes on the wings, and this breaks down the fibres in the paper and gives us some nice shape. So I'm going to just do that with the others. So just body, this little antennae, and then larger circles in the areas on the wings. Larger circles again. And then when we turn it over, ooh, I love that. I love how you get the extra shape. And again, I'm going middle, and then just doing large circles. I am applying a fair bit of pressure. There we go. Bend those wings back. Oh, you gorgeous little beastie. Just breaking those paper fibres and getting some nice dimension going in the moths. So last one. Getting some big circles. Just creating that little bit of dimension. So there we go. Lovely. Right, let's get that out of the way. And then I'm going to take my blending tool and my favourite ink, which is walnut. I think it's walnut. I'm saying that. Yes, it's walnut stain, which is what I kind of edge everything in. So I'm just going around the edges on here. And there, and there. That's good. I'm just doing that on all of these. Be awesome. That would be awesome. And just getting those little white edges and making them brown because it's much nicer. There we go. Just doing the same on all of them. Last two. Oh, the new, well, not the new, but the next part of the new series of Stranger Things soon, isn't it? I can't wait. I cannot wait. I feel like I've been waiting forever for it. But I'm very excited to see how they finish this. I'm not sure if I heard right, but I think I heard that there's going to be one more series after this, and that's going to be it then. They're going to finish it on that. There we go. Lovely. They are all sorted. And now I want my main piece here. Now I'm still not happy with that, but there's things that can happen on that. It's not the end of the world. And that crackle is starting to really crackle up now as well, so that's quite nice. I might hide that a bit more yet. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about it. But what I do want to do is I want to do some splashes of paint before I start adding everything on. So I'm just watering down. This is the Allegro paint. It down a bit, and then I'm gonna. I've got a decent brush in there for it. Yeah, that should do it. Actually. So just getting it really, really watery. I'm making a mess. See? Oh yeah, that's more like it. and I haven't put the dark brown on here to pick up the crackles yet either. So we'll do that too. Oh, lovely. Right, we just need to dry that. Oh yeah, the crackle has worked a treat on here. It's even the these splashes, oh, they've got a really nice crackle to them. So that's pretty cool. And I do want to add some of this umber antique gel as well. We can get into the crackle as well. I'm also going to do the edges of the frame with it. Be careful, tall paint brushes are a hazard for me. So just kind of doing the edges really. Edges, doing all the edges. Ooh. I'm so really messy. There we go. So got quite a good bit of coverage on there now. And I can see it going into the crackly bits, which is brilliant. And really what I was wanting. So I'm really happy about that. I'm going to go and take some of this off. Hi, Jess. Hi. My little yumptious bumptious person. There we go. Making that. So, yeah. We're grungy and messy. It is. It's grungy and dark. But, you know, moths, isn't it? Yeah. Right, let's pop that back up there. Just going to add a little bit more of the umber to this frame because hopefully now it's had a little bit longer. We're getting a better look. Come on now, don't toy with me. There we go, and then we can put it all together soon. Right. Yeah, that's looking better. Okay, right, let's get this back in the picture. Right, so let's start. If I move this out of the way, I can come up here and you can see what I'm doing. And that's kind of what we want, isn't it? Right, I think I want it that way round. So, and I can stick this with, this will stick with the express glue. No problem. Oops, I didn't mean to drop that, but it'll be okay. So, right, that bit glue. So I've got that frame on there, which I like. Then I want to add these two frames too. Mm-hmm. No. See, this is where I wish I'd taken a photograph of my original composition, because I have completely forgotten what I did. Just playing with this a minute until I'm happy with what I'm doing. I don't know about that. Yeah, I think that might work actually. That might work. Yeah. Right, so I need to stick these things now down into place. Do you know, I'm not sure about the gold. The gold might be what's bothering me. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I need a different wax on there. That's what I need. Let's rethink. Let me just grab a little bit of silver. Pop a little bit of silver on with the gold and see how I feel about that. Yeah, that helps. Just little bits, nothing. Yeah, nothing too much. See, I've got it stuck under my nail, that's why I'm doing that. So let's do this little bit here. Oh, red. See, now you've got me thinking about adding a splash of red, Claire. I'm thinking about a splash of red to go with a splash of white, but I don't want it to look like a murder scene. Oh, I'm so waxy. Yeah, I don't want it to look like a murder scene, but yeah, a bit of red could be what we need. Right. A bit of sun, which is quite nice. Stick down. Let me. Yeah, it's either got to be red or a greeny colour, one or the other, for it to, for it to work and be complementary. No, I really don't want it to look like a murder scene, but red could be nice. Mm-hmm. I'm just using a Bosch pen again. I've just got some red out. And we'll have a look. And you'll see what we think. Because if I add it in this way, then I'm not committing too strongly to it. I can always change it. It's very pinky red, isn't it? Well, Claire, it's happening now. It's happening. The red paint is happening. No, it's not. It's all right. It's all right. It's not too offensive, I don't think. I just splashed red paint everywhere. Oh my god. I'm quite liking how that's looking, actually. Not liking that I've splashed everywhere, but you can't have it all, can you? Right, let me dry that. Dry that off. See, now I quite want to put a little bit of blue spatter on here as well. In fact, I think I will. Just a little bit, nothing too much, just a little bit, but I need to make sure this is dry before I do anything. Right, is that dry? Touch it and see. Yes, it is. Right, so I'm going to just water down a little bit of blue and pop that on here as well, because I just think it's going to work. I know, I do, Claire. I so need somebody to tell me to step away sometimes. I really do. But, you know, it's too late now. We're live. It's happening. I'm doing it. There's no stopping me. I've gone rogue. I'm out of control. But I like it. I like it. I do like it. Just some more. Yeah. Oh, love it. You would not believe the state of everything that's behind this. But it's all good, isn't it? It's all good. So, let me look now. So, oh, you know what? I'm going to go for another spatter. There's no stopping me. I'm on a spatter mission, because I think one more is needed. Oops, that came out a little bit quicker than I was anticipating. There we go. Let's make sure it's nice. Yeah, that's it. Now I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm spattered out. I've got a lot of cleaning to do when I've when I've finished this live. Oh, Rachel, what are you like? Right, let me dry this and then we'll put everything together. Yeah, you'll be so pleased with those Lady Vagabond paints, Linda. They're such a good deal. And they're lovely colours. They're really lovely colours. Oh, I've got so many splatters on my desk. That's an afternoon well spent, isn't it? They're great paints. They really are. You know, there's no denying it. The chemist who does all of the Stamperia stuff is very good. I've met him actually, and he's very, very good. Right, now Oh, that's, oh well, it'll stay on there. I'm not quite even with how I've put that on there, but I think it's going to be okay. Now, just going to put a little bit of black around this edge because it needs it. And I could use paint, which will probably be easier. Let me get some black paint. Oh, and a decent brush, please. That's, yeah. Can't believe I've put all of that colour on. And now I'm just adding a bit more black, honestly. But you've got to go with what you're happy with, haven't you? And that is what I'm happy with. I'm just going to get a little bit more black. I will work it, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I will just, yeah, I'm nearly finished now, Joan. You're not going to miss much. I'm going to stick it all together now. I just couldn't help but faff with this. You know, when you're not entirely happy with something, just have to have a last little faff. Don't want to lose all of the other colour, but I do need, yeah, I'm happy with that now. Got a bit of rust and a bit of dark going on. Oh, it's a right pig's ear that, but it'll be alright. We got there in the end. I'm not sure where there was. Right. Just put some of that off. See, you put stuff on and you take stuff off. It's an odd thing, isn't it? But that's how it works. Right, let's stick this lot together now. Oh. Right, I'm going to use, I've got some glue gel, but I believe on the website there is some Collal 3D glue gel, which works very well. And if I had that, I would be using it, but I haven't got it at the moment. So I'm just using this. So that's going to go about there. So I just need to make sure I'm blobbing this in the right places. That's going there, and then the smaller frame. See, why didn't I take a photo after I'd even said, oh, take a photo? Honestly. Right, I think there will be good. And then I want I'm just going to work out where I want these in a minute. Because It'll be really annoying if I stick them and I don't like where I stick them. Let's have a look. Yes, I want that one there. And then I want one there. Something like that. Sure. Right, then that one there. Then I want that one there. There. And that one there. Ta-da! Right, there we go. I am happy with that. My swatches. I am happy with that. There we go. Voila. So I think you can see that we are done. So thank you very much for staying with me and watching the process. And yeah, it's been really good fun. And yeah, I'll be back next Sunday. I think if we've got casual Sunday, I am available and I am up for it. So I hope you see you next Sunday. Don't forget to use the discount code. I think it's only for today. Oh, thanks, Marie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Claudine. Thank you. Yes. Well, there we go. So yeah, I'll see you next week. And what am I doing? I've got my Stamperia live coming up soon as well. So I'll see you quite a bit in the next week or so, I think. So thank you very much for keeping me company. And yeah, the link will work all the time. Oh my goodness. Well, there we go. You heard it here. So happy days. So see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.